And now let's bring in Mohamed El-Erian. He's Allianz's chief economic advisor. It's good to have you back. Thanks for being on.
Thank you, Scott.
So we keep discussing this in the context of Fed independence being at risk. At what point do you personally say, you know what, that was it? It is no longer independent because of what just happened. What is that moment?
So I don't think we're there yet, but we're getting closer to it. And what worries me, Scott, is as complex as what Ayman just told us, and his phrase was a lot of issues hanging over the head of the Fed, there are other issues as well that make this Fed risk its credibility and its policy effectiveness. It's a data-dependent Fed, and the data is not helping it. You have officials within the Fed, top-level officials, Waller and Williams, as Steve Leisman has reported, expressing different views about the outlook. And this is a really difficult moment for this institution. Hopefully we'll be able to navigate it, but I am worried.
We'll get to the policy debate in a minute, but I don't want to move off of the topic at hand because it's so critically important. If Lisa Cook is in fact fired, is that the moment where you personally say there is no more pure Fed independence like we've known it for decades?
If she's fired and replaced by a loyalist, then the February reappointment of the Fed presidents is in play. And if that is in play, then you will hear me say, yes, Fed independence has been seriously undermined. You know my view. It wasn't a popular view last month that perhaps we could have preempted all that by Chair Powell stepping down, because I was worried we were going to go down this road, Scott. This is the exact road that I was worried about. The Fed is vulnerable on so many different fronts. And I fear now that we've started going down this road that I really dread.
I just wonder what you make of the comments even from the vice president to USA Today, where some would suggest they're saying the quiet part out loud now. And he said the following, and I want your reaction to it, quote, "I don't think that we allow bureaucrats to sit from on high and make decisions about monetary policy and interest rates without any input from the people that were elected to serve the American people. That says we should have a say in what the Fed decision-making is." Do you have a problem with that comment from the vice president?
I have a comment if it's yes, we have to have a say. I don't have a comment if it means the Fed should reform and that the Fed should be subject to two things it's not subject to right now. First, be like the Bank of England, have external members that bring a different perspective and that help reduce the risk of groupthink. And second, that there be a discussion about the inflation target and what is consistent with the well-being of the economy. Look, last month, the Speaker of the House of Representatives said perhaps we should revisit the act, the Fed Act. Again, the concern is the longer the pressure remains on the Fed, the bigger the risk that we seriously undermine the institution.